before you garden in the morning. It's important to get your vitamin C and your vitamin B.
Welcome back. The rain is coming in a little bit more every day, but while we're waiting for it to really start coming in, we are gonna start some transplants so that by the time it comes in, we are ready to go. We have all kinds of things here. This is some kind of pumpkin. Actually, this one is funny because the seeds are sort of fuzzy or hairy looking.
I know exactly which pumpkin that is.
Yeah?
That's the really bumpy one. That's a cross between local pumpkin and Seminole pumpkin. Because I've never seen the seeds like that before. They're really fuzzy.
They're funny.
But I recognize it from coming out.
Yeah, these are...
So we definitely are not going to start pumpkins. So if you see any pumpkins,
okay, so
the pumpkins go right in the ground.
Right, that of course. Right, so set those over there. Ooh.
What is that?
Chard. Oh. Some lettuces. These are beautiful.
Our landlady actually got a bunch of seeds from the U.S. and gave them to us.
Is that where these came from?
Yes,
these are great.
These are all from her.
Lots of beautiful lettuces. Spinach. Ooh. These are little squash. We can't do these yet, right? Because these would go right in the ground, I'm imagining.
Yes.
Yeah.
They'll need a nice bed too.
I don't think we've ever grown these little ones like that.
No, I never had much luck with summer squash anyway. There, that would be something to start.
Tomato. Yeah, we could do these. They're just beautiful.
Carbon.
Oh my goodness, we have so many nice seeds here.
Okay, cayenne peppers, set those aside.
Okay, so I'll put these with the tomatoes over here. Tomatoes and
those are from Wendy.
Okay.
This is potting soil mostly and compost, but it's been sitting on the porch and it's gotten so dry. I'm gonna pre-soak it before we put it in the trays, because sometimes if you have it really dry, it becomes what is called hydrophobic. Here you can see how I was stretching the depth of this. It becomes hydrophobic, which means it does not like water and it repels it. And if you put it in the trays when it's all dry, a nice dry bag of potting soil or whatever you're using, it just like, you can just water it and water it and water it and hardly anything happens. And it's terrible. So I'm gonna soak it first to make sure that doesn't happen. There it goes. There. And then I've got some store-bought potting soil here. A great big mess. This is already moist, which means it'll just mix in really easily with everything else. It should also hold the moisture better. If there's any bits of it that are still dry, having some moist parts in there will give the seedlings what they need. That's nice. We finished the transplant work on the porch. We put in some eggplant, put in some cayenne peppers, I put in a little bit of sweet peppers, we put in some chard, and we put in some cherry tomatoes and some carbon tomatoes, which are like a big beefsteak type. So that's done, and I figured I don't need to beat you to death by showing you like endless processes of transplanting. But now I have hauled some of the compost right here. This is compost from our old place, and it's turned into a rock because there's a good bit of clay in it. But this compost that I saved from our old place, we've been digging through it and using it for all kinds of things. We're coming down to the end of it. That's gonna go in here, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of potting soil over the top of it. And then we are going to simply plant this. I think I'm just gonna plant it with lettuce and spinach. I was thinking about putting herbs in it like I did before, but it's really kind of a small space. So let's make a little salad garden. It'll be really simple and it'll be done. And I've got to do something with those seeds anyways. Wow! Coming up next on WCPT, a solid block of compost. Followed by worms in the morning. Oh, look at that. That's living. That's beautiful. Is that one worm? Yes, it's one worm. That's what I like to see. Hope worms like cotton. There's more worms in there. That's awesome. Look at that. They were just living on the porch and all that hard compost, just doing their thing. And you can see there's biochar in here. All kinds of material. This is really beautiful living stuff. The worms are going to be really happy for all the stuff we put in the bottom of this. And don't worry too much about worms getting stuck in one place. They'll find their way out at night. Remember, they can climb. There's more. Look at them, they're everywhere. That's so great. Just working their way around the bottom of the trash can. Doing what worms do. Look at that. It's great, be careful. Come on. I want to make sure I don't hurt them when I'm breaking the soil up here. There you go. There's more in there. Look at that. They're just everywhere. All through here. I'm going to put this fine potting soil on top. The lettuces have really little seeds. And they like a fine seed bed. So we know there's beautiful stuff underneath. This will just give us a nice light top for everything. Get the clods out and the rocks out. Now, I don't know if these are going to grow because they're a little older. So we're going to just put them all in here, and if they don't take, I'll get some more. There's spinach and 2 types of lettuce. So this is the way we do it. Oh yeah. There's the spinach, a little bigger seed. Kind of scatter those around. See what happens? Then we have lettuces. Lettuces are sort of a surface, kind of a surface sower, I would call them. They don't like to be buried very deeply. And then we have one more package of lettuce. And again, I'm doing this because these seeds were packed for 2017, which means they're from 2016. And a lot of things like lettuces often don't last very long. So this gives us more of a chance that we're gonna get some. And if we end up with a bazillion little lettuces in here, well, we're not gonna worry about it. We will just thin them out as need be, and we'll eat what we thin. There we go. Looks pretty good. I'll just water it in. You can see the butterstick cassava here is not wilted anymore, which means we've given it enough water, and it seems to have transplanted okay. That's pretty much all we're going to do today. Got that, got the transplants in and got the fridge garden finished, and we'll come back again tomorrow, and I hope you'll join us again And until then, may your thumbs always be green. Ready?